Good morning, everyone. Today, let's continue to look at the Pythagoras Theorem. So first of all, do you remember when can we use the Pythagoras Theorem? In any kind of triangle or just a certain kind? For this triangle, can we use the Pythagoras Theorem? No, not yet. Because in order to use the Pythagoras Theorem, we need a right angle. So when there's a right angle, this symbol, a little square, means that it is a right angle. This angle, the size is 90 degrees. We call this the right angle. So with a right angle, we call this a right angle triangle. For a right angle triangle, we could use the Pythagoras Theorem. Now, there is one of the sides. You see that there are three sides. 1, 2, 3, right? So one of them is the longest one. So the longest one among all these three sides. Guess what? Which one is the longest one? Yes, you're right. This one is always the longest one, longer than this and also longer than that. This is the longest one. This one is the one opposing to the right angle. And we call this the hypotenuse. So for a right angle triangle, we have an hypotenuse. What about the other two? Do they have a name? Yes, they do have a name. We call them just leg and leg. So there are two legs, one hypotenuse and two legs in a right angle triangle. And Pythagoras Theorem is the way to relate these three sides in an equation. So how do we write down the equation? By using Pythagoras Theorem, first of all, we start from hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, put a square here. Hypotenuse square equals to the sum of the legs square. Legs square plus legs square will be equal to the hypotenuse square. So this is what we call the Pythagoras Theorem. And now today, let's also recall one more thing. Do you remember what is like terms? So when we have the same variable like x and x, the variable are the same, then they are like terms. For like terms, we could combine them. So 1x plus 1x will become how many x? It becomes 2x, like 1 apple plus 1 apple. So altogether, you have 2 apples. And then what about 2x plus 3x? Look at the variable. The variable is x, the variable is x. So these two terms are like terms. We could combine them. Are you able to add them up? What is 2x plus 3x? You may think of, what about 2 apples? And then you have 3 more apples. So altogether, how many apples do you have? Yes, you will have 5 apples. 2x plus 3x becomes 5x. What about these two terms? Do you think that they are like terms? Look at the variable. It is y. The variable is also y. So when the variable are the same, they are like terms. So here, how many y do we have? Yes, when there's no any number, it means 1. 1y plus 5y becomes how many y if you add them up? Yes, 1 plus 5 becomes 6. We have 6y. Like 1 apple plus 5 more apples, then altogether you have 6 apples. So what about these two? Do you think that they are like terms? Look at the variable. The variable here is x squared. And the variable is also x squared. So as long as the variable are the same, they are like terms. We have 2 apples plus 1 apple. 2 apples plus 1 apple. 1 apple. How many apples do we have altogether? Yes, it becomes 3. So it becomes 3x squared. 2x squared plus 1x squared. Altogether we have 3x squared. Look at the variable doesn't change. The variable doesn't change. The variable doesn't change. The variable doesn't change after you combine them. You just add up the coefficient, the numbers. 2 plus 1 becomes 3. 1 plus 5 becomes 6, 2 plus 3 becomes 5, and 1 plus 1 becomes 2. All right? So this is a revision of how to combine the like terms. And now let's go back to Pythagoras. Look at this example. We have a triangle here. Now with a right angle, we know that we could use the Pythagoras theorem. So first of all, we have this side is 6, this side is x, and this side is also x. So are you able to form an equation? Remember which to start first. Should we start from here, here, or here? Which one? Yes, we should start from the hypotenuse, but which one is the hypotenuse? This one? This one? No, they are not hypotenuse because they are just next to the right angle. They touch each other. They are very close. This is also very close to the right angle. Only this one is far apart from the right angle, opposite. They are not touching each other. So this one is the hypotenuse. And therefore, you should start from the hypotenuse square, 6 square. 6 square equals to the sum of what? The sum of x square and x square. X square plus x square. Okay? Now, look at this equation. Are you able to continue? So for the right-hand side, do you think that we could combine them? Are they like terms? X square and x square? Yes, the variable are the same. We could add them up, combine them. So 1 apple plus 1 apple becomes 2 apples. So altogether, they become 2 apples. Okay, x square plus 1x square plus 1x square becomes 2x squared. And then 6 to the power 2 means 6 times 6, which is 36. So we have 36 equals to 2x to the power of 2. And now, we want to know what is x, so there are some obstacles. First of all, the 2. Are you able to get rid of the 2? What do we do to get rid of the 2? Yes, we could divide it by 2. Divide both sides by 2. Bring the 2 down here, become divide. So that we have 36 divided by 2 equals to x squared. The 2 is already moved to the bottom side of the other side. So that 36 divided by 2, we have 18. 18 equals to x squared. 18 equals to x squared. Now just one more step, and then we could tell what is x. So are you able to get rid of the square? What to do with the square? Yes, move the square to the other side, and it becomes square root. Square root of 18 equals to x. And then you should use your calculator, give your answer in correct to 3 significant figures. Okay? And then the next things that I would like you to recall is how to remove a bracket. Now, inside the bracket, how many things are there inside the bracket? We have 1 and 2, 2 things, right? X and Y inside the brackets. So what happens when you have to open the bracket? When you open the bracket, that means that you have to give the square to everyone. Everyone will deserve the square. So when you open the brackets, X will have the square, and also Y will have the square. So you have to distribute the square to everyone. And now, look at this case. When you open this bracket, what to do with the square? Will 2, this number has the square? Yes, you have to be very fair, everyone, including the number. 2 will have the square, and x also have the square. So you should write down 2 to the power 2 times x to the power of 2. Everyone has the square. So that, because 2 to the power 2 means 2 times 2, which is 4. So you could simplify and write 4x to the power of 2. Then what about this? Inside the bracket, we have 3x. What happens when you open the bracket? Yes, the number 3 has the square, and then the x also has the square. Everyone has the square. And then equals to, what is 3 to the power 2? Is it 6? No, it doesn't mean 3 times 2. It doesn't mean 3 times 2. 3 squared means 3 times 3. It becomes 9. It should be 9x to the power of 2. So what about this one? Of course, we need to give the power 2 to everyone, so that 4 has the power 2, y has the power 2, and then what about 4 to the power 2? What is that? Is it 8? No, it's not 8. 4 to the power 2 means 4 times 4 is 16. X 16 y to the power of 2. Okay? So just a reminder of how do we remove the brackets. Now, please look at this example. So this is a triangle, and now we have a right angle here, so this is a right angle triangle. So you are given that this side is 9, this side is 3x, and this side is 3x, also 3x. So are you able to relate them together using Pythagoras theorem? Which one is the hypotenuse? Which one is the hypotenuse? Which one is far away from the right angle, not next to the right angle? Yes, it must be the 9. This one is the hypotenuse. So you should write down 9 squared equals to the sum of this leg. 3x is the first leg. So the whole thing, you should put a square. So you should use a bracket to protect the whole leg and then put a square outside. And likewise, 3x is this leg. So you should put a bracket, protect this leg, put a bracket here, 3x, the whole leg has the square. Okay, put a bracket for 3x and 3x. Okay, and now you have to continue to simplify. Of course, you need to open the brackets. So first of all, what about 9 squared? Can you tell me what is 9 squared? Is it 9 times 2, 18? No, it doesn't mean 9 times 2. It means 9 times 9. And 9 times 9 should be 81. 81 equals to, so please open this bracket. Open the bracket. What to do with the square too? Yes, everyone has the square. So 3 square and x squared. 3 square become 9. So we have 9x squared. And here, likewise, we have also 9x squared. Alright? And now, do you think that these two are like terms? Are they like terms? Can you combine them? Look at the variable, x squared. Are they the same? Yes, the variable are the same, so they are like terms. We could combine them. 9 apples plus 9 apples. So altogether, how many apples? Yes, we have 18 apples. So that you should write 18x to the power of 2. Okay, so next, this is the key part, x is here. So we have to get rid of the 18. How to get rid of the 18? Bring this 18 to the other side, become divide. So 81 divided by 18 becomes x squared. Okay? And 81 divided by 18 becomes 45, 4.5. 4.5 is equal to x squared. Of course, we have to get rid of the square too. So move the square to the other side, it becomes a square root. Square root of 4.5 equals to x. And use your calculator, give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Okay? Square root of 4.5. Using calculator, give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. 2.12 is the value of x. Now, I would like to give you one more example. Number 3. Just a triangle. But now it is not just a triangle, but a right angle triangle. So, the 3 sides, they are 10, y, and 2y. Okay, 3 sides in a right angle triangle. You could use Pythagoras theorem. Which one is the hypotenuse? Yes, it should be the 10 because 10 is opposite to the right angle. This one is the hypotenuse. Start from 10 squared. 10 squared equals to, so this is the leg, 2y, this whole thing is the leg, so you should use a bracket to protect 2y, and then put a square. The whole leg has the square too. And then the other leg is just y squared. Okay? So 10 squared. Is it 10 times 2 become 20? Is it 20? No, 10 squared doesn't mean 10 times 2. It means 10 times 10. So it should become 100. 100 equals to, are you able to open this bracket? After you open the bracket, what to do with the square 2? Everyone has the power 2, so it becomes 2 to the power 2, y to the power 2. 2 to the power 2 means 2 times 2 becomes 4. So it should become 4y squared and y squared. Alright? Now, these two terms, are they like terms? If you are not sure, look at the variable y to the power 2, y to the power 2. Are they the same? Yes, as long as the variable are the same, they are like terms, we could combine them. Here we have 4 apples, and there we have how many? 1 apple. 4 apples, 1 apple, altogether we have 5 apples. So 100 equals to 5y to the power 2. Alright? We want to know what is y. So this is the key part. We have to get rid of the other thing. How to get rid of the 5? What to do with the 5? Yes, bring this down to the other side, become divide. So we have 100 divided by 5 equals to y squared. And 100 divided by 5 is 20. 20 equals to y squared. Of course, we need to get rid of the square too. Bring this to the other side, becomes a square root, so that we could tell what is y. And then give your answer in 3 significant figures. Using calculator, your answer should be 4.47. This is corrected to 3 significant figures. So when I check your work, I still find many of you didn't write this down. This is very important. Don't forget to write how accurate is your answer, because this is not the exact answer. When you use the calculator to find square root of 20, there are so many numbers behind the decimal point. So this is not the exact answer. This is a simplified version. And when you write down the simplified version, you have to tell people how accurate is your answer. This is accurate. This is the level of accuracy. All right? Now, do you want more examples? Do you see that here I'm now in a classroom, so empty. Okay, let me show you an example. What about this one, number 3? Oh, no, what about this one, number 4? So, because we have a right angle here, this is a right angle triangle. So we have to draw an equation, write down the equation to tell the relationship among them. So could you please tell me which one is the hypotenuse? 5y, 3y, or 12? Yes, it must be 12 because this is the one opposite to the right angle. So we have to write down 12 squared equals to the sum of the leg. Here is 5y. So 5y, the whole thing, you should put a bracket here and then put square. You should not just write 5y squared. If you just write 5y squared, you ignore the 5 because 5 also deserves the square. So you must write down the brackets. Don't skip the brackets. And then here, likewise, you should not just write down 3y squared. You should write brackets because everyone deserves the power 2, not just y. Therefore, it is important, write down the brackets. And now, 12 squared, is it 24? No, 12 squared means 12 times 12. So that it is 144. And then when you open the brackets, we have to give the power 2 to everyone. So 5 to the power 2 and y to the power 2. And here, likewise, you have to give the power 2 to 3 and also y. So 3 to the power 2, y to the power 2. So 144 equals to 5 to the power 2 is 25. 25y squared. 3 to the power 2 is 9. So 9y squared. And then these two terms, are they like terms? Look at the variable. We have y to the power 2. We have y to the power 2. Yes, the variable are the same, so we could combine them. 25 apples plus 9 apples becomes, what is 25 plus 9? 34. 34 y to the power 2. 34 apples. 144. And then we have to find y. So this is the key, the major part, Therefore, the other things, we should try to remove it. So how to get rid of the 34? Bring it down. 144 divided by 34 equals to y to the power 2. And then 144 divided by 34. Oh, this is not nice. Okay, so I would like to put it this way. So I do not want to copy down all the things, so I just leave it here. And now I would like to do one more part. Bring the square to the other side, becomes square root 144 divided by 34. So I can use calculator all at once to calculate this part. So now, what to write? What to do? Square root first. Square root, and then there's an open bracket, right? And then we have to calculate inside. We have 144 divided by 34, and the close bracket. Look at this. So the calculator will calculate 144 divided by 34 first, and then this answer, there will be a square root of this answer. Okay, so that we have this value. And then we have to give our answer to 3 significant figures. So the first non-zero number is 2. We start from 2. 1, 2, and 3. All right? Don't forget to check what is the next number. Oh, the next number is 7. Is it big enough? Yes, 7 is big enough. When it is 5 or more than 5, it is big enough. So that means that the last number here, we need to add 1. You should give your answer is 2.05, not 5. You have to add 1. Therefore, you should give your answer as 2.06. You should write down 2.06. This is the value of y. And this answer is corrected to 3 significant figures. Okay? So today's homework is worksheet 5. How many questions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 questions. Try your best. See you next time. See you on Saturday. Bye-bye.